In the dead of winter, 1867, the richest city in America was suddenly, effectively, cut off by rail. No vital freight. The supply chain simply stopped. It wasn't an act of war by a foreign nation. It was a business decision made by one man. He controlled the critical railroad bridge at Albany, the vital choke point linking the nation's interior to New York City, and he used it to cut off his rivals' rail access simply to bleed them dry. His name was Cornelius Vanderbilt. While J.P. Morgan organized capital and Rockefeller built backroom cartels, Vanderbilt used something much simpler: sheer, blunt force trauma. He understood the ultimate law of economic warfare. The man who controls the choke points of infrastructure controls the nation itself. Today, we decode the brutal blueprint of the Commodore. By his late 60s, Vanderbilt had already dominated America's steamship lines. But he saw the future, and the future was steel rails. He aggressively bought up the Hudson River Railroad and the New York and Harlem Railroad. But the powerful New York Central Railroad stood in his way, controlling the crucial corridor from Albany to Buffalo and the West. Vanderbilt needed them to play ball. When they refused and tried to freeze his lines out of the network, he didn't negotiate. He didn't lobby. He controlled the Hudson River Bridge at Albany, the decisive choke point for the Central's trains to seamlessly transfer cargo toward New York City. In the middle of January, Vanderbilt ordered his workers to stop accepting freight transfers from the New York Central, effectively disrupting all through traffic. The official rationale was a strict, literal interpretation of an old state law. The reality was a siege. Cargo piled up in the snow. The stock of the New York Central plummeted in days. Vanderbilt didn't just watch them bleed. As the stock crashed, he aggressively bought up their heavily depreciated shares. When he finally restored the connection, he didn't just have a new deal. He had taken effective control of the New York Central. This wasn't just a hostile takeover. It was a brutal, major step toward the age of giant American rail empires. Vanderbilt merged the lines, creating a system that would eventually stretch from New York to Chicago. He fired deadweight, streamlined operations, and ruthlessly cut costs. He didn't care about public relations. He cared about dividends and unquestioned control. When politicians and rivals threatened to stop his consolidations using state legislation, Vanderbilt delivered a sentiment famously paraphrased as, "What do I care about the law? Ain't I got the power?" It was a chilling articulation of Gilded Age capitalism. The law was written by men with paper. Vanderbilt held the physical iron and wood that kept the country alive. He proved a dangerous reality. If you own the arteries of commerce, the government is just another competitor you can outmuscle. Vanderbilt's ruthless consolidation built Grand Central Depot, helped found Vanderbilt University, and funded a dynasty that would build the Biltmore Estate. But his true legacy is the blueprint of the chokehold. He helped define the ruthless playbook that later titans, including John D. Rockefeller, would use to execute the Cleveland Massacre. Vanderbilt was the apex predator who taught the next generation that total dominance wasn't a sin, it was the objective. Subscribe to The Strategy Fox as we hunt for the truth hidden in the ledgers of power. Drop a comment below. In today's digital age, who holds the modern equivalent of Vanderbilt's bridge? Is it the app stores, the cloud servers, or the search engines?